Got a derogatory comment from David Greenshield in the live chat about the offensive line recruiting. And I'm looking at the 2022 class. You do have to go down about 10 or 11 players before you find an offensive lineman, at least in the 22 class, with, is it Tegra Shabola out of Westchester,
Yeah.
offensive tackle, top 10 at his position.
Yeah, yeah, you're making a good point, and the questioner, whoever it was, has kind of hit a nail on the head here. Ohio State through the years has been a great offensive line program, and they got um, Paris Johnson 2 years ago, who was a sophomore this year. He was a national top 20 player, and Donovan Jackson, freshman this year, who was a national top 30, 40 player, maybe even better than that. And beyond those two, it's more program type guys. And I think people are complaining about the body types too, that they're mostly well over 300-pound guys and nobody who would project maybe as much to play the guard positions. I do think they have a few of those guys. Um, as I said, I think Josh Fryer is probably the best offensive lineman Ohio State has that nobody's ever heard of because he really didn't get to play much. But I think he would be in the running. Donovan Jackson would be in the running to play next year. The questioner makes a tremendous point because the offensive line is what really Urban Meyer once said it's an offensive line driven program. So, um, you know, you got to have the best. And they have some of those blue chip high end players, but maybe not the volume of them that they're accustomed to seeing. And now it's going to come down to development. Is Josh Pryor going to be developed and play at an all Big Ten level? Can Harry Miller get back to playing at an all Big Ten level? A lot of questions there. So, um, you know, Would I say offensive line recruiting has been terrible? I wouldn't say it's been terrible. Has it been great? I wouldn't say it's been great. It's kind of been mediocre, kind of in the middle, with one or two really one good player every year, and then just kind of filling around the cracks. So I want to see him do better with it. And I don't have an argument with that comment. I don't think it's an unfair comment at all, really.
Yeah, if you just look at the recruiting rankings in the last two or three classes, to your point and David's point, the high end guys have been exceptional. They have been high end signees, but along the offensive line, you need volume too, and it just doesn't seem to be there.
Yeah, quality volume. Paris Johnson, to me, I thought had a very good year. And so I would consider him as a guy that's panned out. And I do believe Donovan Jackson, it's going to be tough for him to crack that lineup next year. That's a tough one because he's a really good player. But this year showed that you need 6 or 7 linemen to get through a season. So, I think it'll work out. And uh, I don't know if Miller's the answer to go back to playing at center or if Whippler will maintain that position. But I would like to see them. They are in on some good offensive linemen still that they are hoping that will help them fill out this class. There's one name in particular. I'd have to look it up here on my machine, but they need to do better. And part of the problem is Ohio has produced some, and maybe they haven't gotten them. Is a problem as well. And Guys that are playing at Notre Dame and playing some other places that maybe should be playing at Ohio State, but. I guess we'll have to wait and see. I'm looking for this offensive lineman. I can't find his name. Ooh, this isn't good. I don't know. Don't see one. Oh well. They were tracking an offensive lineman. I'm coming up short here trying to find out who it was, but